Okay, let's continue with the additions to Strumming Etude number 7. So, right here, bar number 11. So, I'll play along to the track, and I got it set at 50% speed. So, starting with the 60. And let me double check the volume. Yep, should be good. Alright, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Full speed, 120, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and new sweeping. Let's change this around. There. Okay, count of 360. 1, 2, 3. Now let's take 2. 1, 2, 3. 120. 1, 2, 3. $180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Count of 4, count of 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now we'll work through the whole key C for our chord theory stuff. Alright. Let's just start this from the beginning. Alright, I'm gonna make a change here real quick. System layout, boom, 1, 2. Alright, save that. Let's just, okay, so we started with just your basics, triad chord or C chord, or open chord. Open chord when you can. If it's typically a bar chord, like in the case of the G minor, just do it like we have been doing. Like the most basic, commonly used thing. Think of it that way. The most popular way of playing it, we're going to do that. for the opening chord anyway. The first chord of the bar. Yeah, so C major, we started with that, and we went to C major 7, and then we did the C add 11, and then we combined the two. So we can name that last one C major 7 add 11, or just C major 11 to simplify it, because we have the 7th chord portion plus the 11. So yeah, sometimes, like we talked about yesterday, or I talked about because I was just saying stuff, to simplify things, like when you have the most important components of the chord there, when it comes to these really big ones, you can simplify the name for it like that. So major 7 add 11 or just major 11, both can work fine. Alright, so for this one, alright, so we'll start with this. So yeah, it's a D minor. And then make it the D minor 7. And then, if we used the same shape for the D minor add 11, we would end up having the D minor 11, or D minor add 11, no 5. And then we could also do like a D minor 11, no 5. Or again, simplify the naming process. Basically say D minor 11. If we wanted to include the 5, we could do this bar chord here. And then there's the minor 11, and then it's basically this right here. So that would be another way of doing the D minor 11, or D minor 7 add 11. It's a fairly simple bar chord there. Anyway, we'll go ahead and stick to the open thing here because it'll make it a little easier. So we got the D minor add 11, no 5, and then this would give us the combination of these two for the D minor 11. Oh, they're giving us a different name here. Let's see, D minor 7 add 11, or just D minor 11. Okay, so maybe do that when you're entering the chord name stuff. Like it'll give you the auto-generated name. Well, I'm sure some of them are going to be kind of funny. We'll have to write out anyway. But then, yeah, just when the box comes up, it's not showing it. Hold on. Yeah, so when the chord name box comes up, here, let me just do this. Because, yeah, that's the first thing that comes up. You can do the drop-down menu here and see what else they have. So, yeah, it has our minor 7 add 11. So then you go back up to the box space or D minor 11. Okay. Chord number 3. So now, it's your E minor chord. And E minor 7. I'm going to go with the simplest way because we've gone over a few ways of doing this, but we're going to go the easiest route. So we take that minor chord, we take the octave of the root note that we can lower down because it's a minor 7, we go down a whole step. So E minor 7. And then again, taking this E minor chord, we take this 5th interval that's changeable and we drop that down to the 4. So now we combine the two, and my goodness, that's it. That's the chord. So you're tuned to E. Oh man, they had to go and give me not the auto-generated name I wanted right off the bat. There we go, E minor 7 add 11. That's what your guitar is tuned to. Or you can say E minor 11. So yeah, you're tuned to a jazz chord. So yeah, it's the easiest chord to play on a standard tune guitar, and it's got a fancy name, and most people don't know that one. Alright, so chord number 4, starting with the F major. Turn it into the F major 7. And And this one, we're going to have the F. F add sharp 11. I can also do it like this. Which is actually going to help out a lot with what we're going for. So you just got to be careful and only strum up to the B string here. And then for this next one, well, the E note is the 7th interval, so all you got to do is this. And you got yourself, yeah, this is putting it up as F major 7 and then parentheses flat 5. So, yeah, but technically that wouldn't be right because there is no flat 5 being used here in key. Let me see what other drop down, other things that show up here. There you go. So yeah, you can just put it like that. I'm going to leave it that way. So you could put F major 7, add sharp 11, or just like it shows there. So if the 9th interval was involved, it would still work that way. So you can say like F major 7, sharp 11. And actually, you would end up saying F major 9, sharp 11 if you added it that way. But anyway, we're not there yet. Not there yet. So that's a fine chord name just to be on its own. So yes, F major 7, sharp 11. Very Lydian sounding. Okay. Chord number 5. Ooh, I can delete that bar. Alright, chord number 5. So starting with the G chord, and I think this one will be easier if we have that version. So the open B string. Alright, so chord number 5. So we're going to have the G7, or G dominant 7. And then we need to have the G at 11. So the easiest way to do that is just make the B on the A string a C. Gives us the G at 11. And now we need a combination of the two. So we can just do that. And there we go. G7 at 11, or just G11. So G down 11. So you have G7, G9, G11, G13. Those are all dominant chords. So G7 is G dominant 7, G9 is G dominant 9, G11 is G dominant 11, and G13 is G dominant 13. So for those, when it comes to a dominant chord, you have to have the major third and the minor 7 combined. So just a regular old 3 and the flat 7. So you got the 1, 3, and the flat 7. That's a dominant 7. That's all you need for that. The 5 is technically optional because, again, that doesn't define the sound quality of a dominant 7. 5th interval just beefs up the root note, just thickens the chord. So anyway, if you have the 1, 3, flat 7, and 9, then you got what you need for the dominant 9. If you have the 1, 3, flat 7, 11, you got what you need for the dominant 11. And of course, 1, 3, flat 7, 13, you got what you need for the dominant 13. Continuing. Alright, so next we got chord number 6, the A minor. So then we do the A minor 7. And then the A minor at 11. And then we got to do a combination of the two. So I'm going to go with this. So fairly simple one. Let's see, drop down, yep, A minor 7 at 11, or we could just say A minor 11. And everyone's favorite position. The 7, the Locrian mode, the diminished chord. Alright, so we got the B diminished, and then we get our B minor 7 flat 5. And then we're going to just do what we did before. We just keep the diminished shape here. E note is the 11. So we're just going to play the open E string in order to have our B diminished add 11. And then very easy to combine, whoops, here we go, very easy to combine these two. Well, you just go back to the B minor 7 flat 5 shape, add in the high E. Boom. So this says B half diminished add 11. Yeah, we can do that. Or we could say B minor 7 flat 5 add 11. Or B minor 11 flat 5. All acceptable names. All acceptable names. So B half diminished add 11, or B half diminished 7 add 11, or B minor 7 flat 5 add 11, or B minor 11 flat 5, all acceptable names. In fact, you know what? Let me back to this. I don't like seeing the 7 missing from that. There. Anyway, there we go. So, any questions with that, let me know. You got 3, and I hold up 4. 3. So there's 4 keys total on the page. You got 3 to fill out there. So, yeah, just any questions come up, let me know. I thought I had more to say, but I think that's it. All right, that's it. I'll see you again next week.